Welcome to another episode of The Extraordinary Gentleman. We are once again located in the Prague Parlor.
The Prague Parlor.
The Prague Parlor.
Parlor.
We kind of need some ice cream in here.
Should
I
we
feel
have
like
clapped to sync audio? Okay, you guys go ahead now.
What are we syncing?
I don't. Well, to the visual aids that are gonna pop up. Once you
what
get
you're
big.
supposed to do then is you have to say the word clap and then clap your hands at the same time.
clap.
There, that would sync.
You're off sync, though.
Now your audio and your audio are synced.
Yes.
You see, what I imagine is when we said Prague Parlor and you said we need ice cream, is I imagine Carter walking in just like the ice cream man outfit.
Yep.
And like just like a gallon of ice cream and a
That's-
scoop.
yeah.
And he's like, who wants some ice cream?
Yeah, big Kemp's jug of ice cream with
Spoon feeding.
Big
Using the
Kemp's
same
jug.
spoon. We should say that Carter is unable to join us today. He is prepping for the inevitable end. No, he's going on a trip. Actually.
the inevitable end.
Yes. You know the place. You know how it is.
So he will not be joining us, but in his place today and as guest, he has been on here before. It's actually been a little over a
while.
year since you had joined us in this very place when we did the part 1 of the bourbon trials. Introduce yourself.
It's an honor. My name is Nishlas David Thompson.
Nishlas.
Wait, you might have to bloop that out. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell my full name.
You can see.
I don't think you're gonna know what
I
niche
live
is.
I live at 4113 Applewood Street.
Okay. I am a citizen.
I am a Virgo.
Please DDoS me.
DDoS. So so not as much drink as the last time you were here. So
Yep.
that'll be good.
That'd be very good.
That is usually a good thing.
Zach, would you care to explain what we are doing today?
Absolutely. So there's this whiskey brand out there, and they're called 1792. And we have, among our selection, a blinded selection of 5 of their products.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go through what they are? I mean, they're blinded. We do not know which one we are going to be drinking, but
Yep.
we know of the 5 we are.
Yes. We don't know
So-
what the order.
No, we don't know the order. We're just going to start picking randomly. We don't know what they look like. So it is the regular small batch. It is the single barrel. Mm-hmm. There's another one we don't have.
No, we have the single barrel.
Single barrel. We have the full proof. Mm-hmm. We have the bottled in bond. And we have a allocated one that Dylan found I've never seen it.
It's
but
the sweet wheat.
It's called the sweet wheat.
Yeah, so it's the as far as I know, it's the wheated mash bill of 1792. It's not a wheat whiskey. And of course, we don't have the bottles in front of us, so I cannot at this moment verify. But I do believe it is a sweet. It's a wheated bourbon, so it's like a maker's mark.
Yeah.
So, which means the wheat is the second largest mash bill of
Ingredient.
Yes, sorry. So,
Actually, let's just get started.
yeah. So I guess we don't.
We just pick one, and then we have to.
Yeah, I
we'll just
don't. I
maybe
don't think
go
we
in order.
have to necessarily go in order. We have these all numbered 1 through 5 in bottles that are not the original.
Yeah, well, let's do 1 through 5.
You want to do 1 through
Yeah,
5?
I gotta figure out which one's one.
Okay. Looks like the Woodford one is the number 1. So I guess our goal is we're trying to determine which one we like the most out of our personal preference. So we have, out of recording, have had all of these on other occasions. Probably not all at the same time. So it'll be interesting. It's been quite a while since I've had the small batch, 1792. but also quite a long time since we've had any of these. The last one that we've actually had on the podcast, which would have been the single barrel when we did our single barrel challenge.
For the 1792
Yeah, that would have been the last time
that we had one. Yeah. And I remember, I don't think I liked it. I'm trying to recollect. It's been a while since I've had any of them, but my recollection was I quite enjoyed the bottled and bond.
Yep.
I didn't like the full proof because it was super syrupy and way too thick for what I wanted my proofing to have. We didn't have a small batch, and it's because we had a single, and then we had the single barrel because we had 3, and the single barrel was in the middle. I don't remember why. So it was bottled and bond was the best, and the single barrel. Then I thought the full proof was not. Actually, not. I didn't like it at all. So
yeah. So
now
off
we're on
the
number
nose.
1.
Yep. First one, nosing. Banana. I think all of these are probably going to have hints banana. The bottle and bond, I think we all agree has the most of that on the palate at least. I can't remember if it's on the nose as much, but
I'm gonna go plantain.
Plantain.
Vanilla, banana vanilla wafers, maybe. That's kind of what I'm.
Yeah, like a little bready.
Just go with whatever comes to your mind, Nick. That's confidence 101 when it comes to nosing and stuff. Just whatever you think, just say it, and then you can try to make up for it at some point.
Smells of potassium.
Okay. I mean, have you ever smelled the mineral by itself or the element?
Yep, I always isolate whenever I eat some bananas. I isolate the mineral ingredients and I eat them separately. It's like sorting your Skittles, but on a molecular level.
Okay. Well,
so it's pretty one-dimensional to me.
yeah,
I love it.
I get 2 notes.
Yeah.
Essentially. Banana and vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't have much to add.
It's sharp. Kind of.
So
it's not very rounded. It's got this.
It's flat.
It's flat, but it's got this chemically taste at the end. Like it's. I must drink another.
I've had so far 2 things that this could be popping in my head. That when we're ready, I'll share. But
I mean, this is hot. This is a higher proof.
I don't necessarily agree.
Well, I suppose because we did look at the small batch, and that was like 96 proof.
Yeah, I know what the 3 are.
Yeah.
I know what the small batch, the bottle and bond, obviously, and what the full proof is.
Yeah.
The small batch was 46.85.
Okay.
I think it's a weird proofing.
Yeah.
That to be said, I believe the sweet wheat is probably similar. The single barrel, I think, is like 45 point weird number. But I guess I think that this is probably, I'm the only one that's tried the sweet wheat, and I've only tried it once. I think this is either the single barrel
or the sweet wheat. Okay.
But I guess, yeah. I think it could possibly be the small batch too. It's been such a long time since I've had that, but I don't think it's that hot.
I don't even know what my options are. We got sweet wheat.
So I'll run it by again. So small batch, sweet wheat, single barrel, full proof, and bottled and bond. So you've probably only had, if any of them, the single barrels. I guess that's what I guess is what you would have tried.
Essentially, the takeaway is you're going to have one that'll be, technically, it could be sweeter because it'll have the absence of rye. So it won't be as spicy. You'll have one that is 100%, which would probably be the in-between proofing. So that one will be a little hotter. But then you're going to have another one, which will be super hot. That's 125 proof.
Okay.
Or 62.5%
that one.
alcohol.
That one should be pretty obvious then.
Theoretically. So there should be a few that even if you're not familiar, like Zach and I are not experts in 1792, so we're kind of just, you're going to look for signs essentially. So like sweetness and proof are probably going to be the easiest things that we'll be able to distinguish. Hopefully, that's what we're expecting. But the main takeaway is find a personal favorite that you like. That's the goal of this, is just what is the most enjoyed out of the lineup, so to speak, for us at least. So
Okay.
But
I guess I'm going to agree with Dylan that I think it's a single barrel. I don't think it's a sweet wheat.
it's so sweet, though.
I know, but it's bourbon. And
It's the first one.
And if it's, yeah, it's the first one, it's bourbon. And if this is the single barrel, that one was, what, half full? So it's had time to mellow out. And it gets sweeter.
Yeah.
And it's got more air to work with in the bottle.
So the single barrel, the bottled and bond, and the full proof have all been about half full for at least 6 months.
Yep.
It's probably since I've had those. So those have all time to open up. Sweet wheat, small batch are basically fresh cracks. So it's not that. That's actually pretty good. We instead of comparing it to trying to find out what they are, what do we actually think about it in general?
It's this. I mean, when I drink it and I nose it again, it's more pleasant because it doesn't. I already have the flavor in my mouth, so it doesn't feel as harsh on the scent. But similar, I said the scent was one-dimensional. I think the flavor is kind of one-dimensional too. It starts off pretty sweet banana-y, and then I didn't like how it's not very well-bodied because towards the end it gets so very sharp and acidic in the front of my tongue.
Okay.
And then it kind of lingers for a while, but not the linger that I want. So I would give this, like, if I did, like, out of 10,
your rating system.
Yep. This is probably like a 5 or 6, which is not, I don't mean to say it's failing. Like, this is okay. This is like,
if you were given it, you wouldn't object.
No, yeah, I would not object, like if something's within, I guess I'll explain my rating system. Like the only ones that are bad is like 0, 1, 2. And then everything above that gets more. I mean, 3 is like it's okay. It's not good, but it's also not bad. I will drink it. 4 is this is a little better. 5 is this is pleasant, I guess,
Right.
Because we've had so many now where I felt like, man, what could be better than this? This is so good. And then there is, because it really does get so grand and awesome. Yeah. This world of whiskey. So to have all the good stuff be like between 6 and 10 is, you need another sub-scaling system for me in those range.
Right.
So yeah, this is like a 5 or a 6.
Okay. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I guess I would say it's good, but there wasn't anything that like kind of stood out to me.
Right.
Like, it was like, yeah, it's a solid whiskey, but it was just kind of there, little spice, little hot in the back of your throat. Had kind of a good initial flavor, but it was also just kind of like, kind of smooth. I don't want to say bland, but it was just kind of like
consistent.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I'd probably give it a 5 or a 6 too. Just it's.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right.
Moving on with my life.
So we're going on to number 2. It'll be interesting to figure out when we hit that full proof. It's like a landmine.
I think you'll know.
Yeah. Hopefully. Last time we did last time we had a full proof in the lineup. Or no, we didn't have. Never mind. Last time we thought we had a bottle and bond, and we were completely wrong about the blinding expectations. Thank you. Nose is so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
just
it
seems like
it's more
less sweet.
Yeah, I think it's more floral. Like a weed or something, like a dandelion.
It's grassy. Is that what you're saying?
No, because I guess grassy would be like, when I think of grassy, I think of like dead, mowed grass. You know, like the dried stuff. This is more like a green. Which maybe that is probably what you would call grassy. But yeah, it's kind of like
smells like chlorophyll.
Ooh,
Ooh.
you mean chloroform?
No.
The problem is, I guess for me, is like it seems very, very similar to me, and I think I'm looking for things that aren't there, so to speak. But
Sure.
I did get, at least I maybe imagined, cinnamon. Fate cinnamon.
I think you're imagining. I can't do it. Like, you know what cinnamon smells like, right? Can you help us out?
Or think about like, what about like a coffee cake or a monkey? No, I like a coffee cake. It's got cinnamon.
So a little caramel cinnamon, that whole
cinnamon sugar.
That
I feel like if I tell myself cinnamon,
well, that's what I mean.
In my head is cinnamon, and then I can kind of smell it.
Okay.
But
okay.
I don't know if that's just me tricking my brain.
Maybe banana bread, because the banana is still there. Don't get us wrong. The banana is still there.
I'd say it's the same, and then I think brown sugar. That's the added scent to this compared to the last one. Because I don't get a spice. It's not astringent. It's not, activating that spice smell. It's just kind of, like you said, it smells more like a cake or a baked good,
Right.
Monkey bread.
And I guess that's what I meant more so than, like, in the greater scheme of things with the banana, the vanilla, and then this one, at least for me, that showed up to be a cinnamon.
Yeah.
But it's in those other notes. It's not like it's a standing out on its own.
I'm not drinking now.
Yeah.
I can't do this nosing no more. Yeah. I can't tell. I have no idea.
I smell alcohol.
That is different.
I like that a lot more.
It's like 30% different.
This one tastes pretty mellow too, though.
I'm wondering if this is the sweet wheat now, because the sweet wheat is mellow, right?
Yeah.
Like at least comparing to a Maker's Mark.
Give me can I have an eye drop of water?
Yes.
I gotta do
Just
that.
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the low proof. We haven't found the bottled bond or the full proof yet. So it's going to be, I think, a toss up between the three lower proofs. But I will also go eye drop.
All right, hit me.
Yeah, that's pleasant with a little bit of water. That's really nice.
All right. Nose hasn't really opened up for me, I guess, in the water.
It doesn't taste very wheated, though. The only reason I would say it's not the sweet wheat is because it doesn't taste like wheat would be the second ingredient,
Well, to my understanding, you don't taste wheat.
No?
Wheat is kind of like... It enables the other grains to come forward.
Okay.
So like corn, barley. Because corn is sweet.
Yeah.
So when you have like a wheated thing, it kind of takes background
Okay.
to the other grain. So it pushes the corn sweetness forward.
Okay.
That's what the absence of rye essentially is.
You're hoping that's what wheat should do.
At least supposedly. Obviously, other people will have different opinions with kind of how that works. And
so if I'm sent like this doesn't have that scent, but if I was scenting hay,
I don't know.
Would that be barley? Or I guess I'm basically just asking if you know. If that's supposed to be that, because I'm thinking of Maker's Mark right now. That's a wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
That is the predominant note when I drink Maker's Mark is hay, And so when I drink other wheated bourbons, I always look for, does this have a little bit of hay? And in this case, no. But like you're saying, that's not what the wheat does, Nick's got something to say. Had something to say.
you're trying to form it.
This isn't podcast related. I already drank it, thankfully, but I scared the crap out of myself.
He is right. That's gonna be a loud clap. Though.
Well, why would I take that out? Because it's like
no, that's just his signal. Like, I mean, we can include this.
Yeah, you can add this in your podcast.
Yeah.
I just figure, It might might not want it.
It's gold.
It's gold.
It's gold. I mean, as far as audio goes, it's just gold.
I do have something whiskey related.
Okay, so say that, and then I'll try to give my thought on Zach's question as best I can.
So it initially before the water, it seemed. I mean, in my head, it seemed like the flavors kind of ran through.
So it did
quickly.
change. You're saying it changed.
Yeah.
Before water, after water.
Yes.
So that's good.
So prior to water, it kind of felt like, I could tell there was a series of flavors, but they kind of went through quick, and then I just kind of had the after flavor.
Yeah.
With the water, it seemed like it kind of extended that process out a little bit. Like I had more time to kind of pick through flavors.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So
yeah,
I enjoyed that with a few drops of water. Before the water, it was good, but I think that made it a little bit better for me.
It might have just been more palatable at a lower proof. Your tongue doesn't reject the alcohol as much. It's not actually attacking you back. I'm attacking your mouth enzymes are attacking it, and you're absorbing some information there.
Winning.
So
my mouth is winning this fight.
So I guess you're summarize your question. You're saying
I was saying when I think of wheated bourbons, I look for hay because that's what I find at Maker's Mark.
Yep.
But you explained how wheat should not do its own flavor, but in fact should just embellish the other ingredients of the mash bill's flavor.
And you were asking how that relates to hay.
Yes. Yeah. So my question was, what ingredient, if it's not wheat, should make something taste like hay?
Well, I guess the first thing I would say is I don't know exactly what the mash bill is. So typically, I guess my personal whiskey experience doesn't say much, but like when I get hay, it's more so on like a whiskey that's high barley.
Yeah.
Where that's a Scotch or an Irish.
And also young whiskey too.
Yes.
Always tastes like
so
hay.
I guess that's my other thing is it could be youngness or the distilling method, pot still versus column versus I guess the takeaway is there's a number of scenarios it could be. It could be down to the way they ferment it, the distilling process, or the grains themselves, the ratios used. There's not really a right answer.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways.
Yeah, and I didn't think there was. I wanted to know what would make things taste like hay.
My guess is it could. I doubt it's the barley itself. It's probably not that high.
Yeah.
My guess is probably
something in the process.
Do with the process and how old this is.
Yep. Okay.
So
cool. As I was saying, because there's not hay in this.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't think it was the sweet wheat. You were saying it could have been.
I'm thinking it's sweet compared to the first one. I still think we're probably single barrel first.
Yeah.
This one is sweeter. I think could be the sweet wheat.
Okay. My guess is Bottled and Bond. BIB is this one.
Do you think it was more? Did you get any notes of more alcohol on it out of curiosity, or do you think it was just?
I thought it was equally as hot, but because it was the second glass, I was assuming my mouth would have warmed up to the proofing, making a higher proof liquor taste feel the same.
Well, to be honest, the first one could have been Bottled and Bond.
It could have. It could have.
Yeah.
Because they're not that far apart.
No, like 4 points.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
let's keep going.
All right.
And I would say I'd rate this a little bit better than the first one so far. So Zach shakes his head or in agreement. I'm going to be honest. So far, I'm enjoying these more than I remembered. Liking 1792, which is a positive. Because these are very affordable bourbons, too. That's a good thing.
Yeah, just quick back to the score. Yeah, that last one was like a solid 6. Like I don't think it was a 7, but
you rated these both as a 6 then? Is that correct?
The first one I gave like a 5 or a 6 because I couldn't nail it. It's like a 5.5. This was a solid 6. Okay, next one. This one smells hotter.
Yeah.
A little more like rye, like spicy.
I'm wondering if that's the full proof, because the full proof could be, because the entry proof that this goes into the barrel is also 125.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why the naming is 125. In at 125, they water it back down to 125 when it's bottled. So that could mean, I forget what I think the higher it is when it goes in the barrel, the more harsh flavors, like more spices, wood influence it might get. Because I think the lower it is, the more sugars it gets from the wood. So I guess that's my leading theory right now. This could be the full proof, and that high spice could be oak influence.
That's a good deduction.
On the taste.
That's hotter. Totally the full proof. I taste syrup. I don't like. I mean, I guess I do actually like this. I remember saying before, I did not like the full proof, and I'm pretty certain this is the full proof. I find this quite enjoyable.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
It has to be. It's so hot.
I could probably spit fire.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna add water to it, but it's leading.
Oh, that is so hot.
Yeah, it's spicy.
I can still feel it in the nose. Yeah.
All right. Sniffing with water. It smells sweeter.
Yeah. Like this is one we should. This is one we should have if we had more time. Like just explore. Let rest.
Yeah.
For a while. Like we could just put this glass aside that we have currently.
But I did bring extras.
Okay.
So we could totally do that.
If I had like a dirty uncle, I feel like he would use this instead of Vicks Vapor Rub.
On his chest because it had so many fumes.
People have I forget what it was. Yeah, I think sometimes they'll put just rub it a little under your nose.
Yep. Well, clear you right out.
You clean one of those hoarder houses.
Yeah, baby.
I just go eat sushi with lots of wasabi.
That'll do it.
That's my favorite feeling is right after like an intense horseradish or wasabi rush, that breath, that exhale where like everything goes back to normal. You're like, oh my goodness, that was so glorious. Your dopamine is just like exploding in my head. I'm like, that was amazing.
So you guys want to go get sushi? New Prague is great for sushi.
They do have that same sushi restaurant that's like in all grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
fresh sushi.
Yeah, it's the same one that's in Macatoons. But all right, I'm gonna try this with the water. It mellowed out a little bit.
I liked it more without water. It's now that it's proofed down, it lost the flavors I liked and is now mellowed to not as good as the first two. Because it lost.
It's got pepper.
It doesn't. Yeah,
peppery.
I don't find it very subtle like I thought the first two could have had.
Yeah.
And this just kind of this one just kind of lost everything. With the
banana
water.
takes backseat though.
I get no banana. No banana on that.
This is like the banana skin. So the peel of the banana. Where it's like it's extra fibrous.
Yep.
And like it.
You're chewing on the stem.
Yeah.
I still am thinking, at least thinking in banana. I think it's there. But it's backseat. It is very spicy. A lot of oak. But yeah. I'd probably add water to this, I think. Just a little bit.
Yeah, so for my score for this, like without water, almost a 7. Maybe I should just start doing out of 100 because I suppose it's kind of hard. It's hard to give everything an integer.
Just give it a decimal.
Yeah,
you just need decimal.
I know, but people like integers. But yeah, like a 6.8. Like it's almost a 7, but like I couldn't compare it to other 7s in my book. Yeah, I kind of like, and then with the water, I found it less desirable than the first two.
Yeah.
So like a 5, just a 5.
I mean, the great thing about Full Proof is I think it's below, for sure, $55. I think it's below 50. I feel like I purchased that bottle for 45.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great value. for good taste.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess so far I'm kind of thinking it's possible the first one might have been Bottle and Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Second one I think is still
Sweet wheat.
Sweet wheat.
Mm-hmm.
This was the third one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So full proof.
Okay, so let's decipher the fourth.
All right. The good old screw tap. I burped and I got banana. There's banana on that one. All right.
Numero quadro.
Rinse and repeat. Back on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I actually rinsed my glass out.
Banana. Who would
Who
have
would have
thought?
thought? That's where like the head distiller probably like eats bananas every day for breakfast and lunch.
Well, supposedly it's a note that is supposed to age out in time.
Okay.
But it's like Brown Foreman in like 1792 for me. It's just banana.
So this one smells like dirty, like dirt. You know, earthy. That's a better word.
Dirty.
Dirty banana. Smells like I dropped the banana.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took a bite.
Pick the hairs off and
Wiped
go
it
to
off my
town.
shirt.
Yep.
Like you clean an apple.
Mm-hmm.
Give your banana a good shine.
Yeah, it is like a banana, a little bit of earth.
Oh, yeah, it's like a dark note.
Small batch, perhaps?
Perhaps. So I want to say it's like black licorice, but it doesn't have like that mintiness or that. It's not quite that.
You think black licorice gets mint?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It is like a waxy fireworks. What? Nick's showing us a picture.
Sam's in Wisconsin.
Why?
For
Getting
fireworks, I guess. And Connor walking out of there like an absolute G. Look at him.
We almost.
That's a good.
If we post this one to YouTube too, we almost need to put that
I think
picture.
I want that picture.
Yeah.
That's my picture now.
So yeah, I enjoy this scent because it's
It's a good
different.
scent. I like
it's
it.
different than the rest.
Yeah. No, it's like
This is not the only one, or this is the first one that smells like not banana. It is a little, but
oh no, it's banana. It's got
It's the least banana though of the other three.
This is like what I want those bourbon candles to smell like.
This would be a great candle.
But they never do.
No, it's always
This is my Yankee candle of choice.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I'm drinking.
It is a good nose. This is the best nose out of the ones we've had so far. All right, taste. Whoa.
I lost.
It's not not hot
at all.
I don't think there's
crap. What, Nick?
Sam said, "You should be home tonight. We got the good shiz."
For fireworks. Hey, this is creamy. You get cream. It's nice and like because I mean, it probably derives from the smoothness coming off of something that's hot, but it's a thick, not syrupy thick, but just dense. It's got density to it. Oily.
This could be. Is it the Bottle and Bond?
I mean, just judging off of what I haven't had, I'd say this could be the sweet wheat. What did you say the proofing was on the sweet wheat?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Okay.
I can't remember. I know. I only know the three. Small batch because I just looked at it before it was blinded.
Yeah. They're already all blending together for me.
They're all
like, I'm
well.
not
The good thing
getting
is
much out of this.
Yeah, and I completely understand that. For me, it's like there's small differences, but I have a harder time trying to distinguish the Bottle and Bond more so than I kind of thought.
Yeah. Like I feel if I added water to it, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
It would be too.
I'm gonna see what Zach does, but I don't think I want to because I feel like it's gonna be harder to try to determine them. But I don't think this is the sweet wheat. It doesn't. I'm thinking this could be the small batch. We'll probably go back around at least to number 1 to give that a fair shake.
Yeah, it doesn't taste any different.
Doesn't
like
taste
more
any
water.
different, right?
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this also could be the single barrel that's been open for a while.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's got its flavors killed a little bit.
I'm thinking it's that. 'Cause I don't think it's the sweet wheat. I think it's just mellow from being open, and the single barrel is not super hot. So, was this the last one?
Nope. We got one more.
One more.
So yeah, I do agree with your sentiments, especially it being open, contributing to that mellowness.
Yeah.
But I was just so, I guess I'm not so certain, but I feel like I need to stick with what I've cut off already from my listing. So I'm just going to say this one's the sweet wheat. And the score, I mean, I did not love
4.
Yeah.
the taste.
4.
So yeah, I'd say without the water, yeah.
But it makes sense because we didn't like
4.
single barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
didn't like it.
I'm being optimistic and trying to
Yeah.
hope that we have a little bit of
Yep.
good deduction skills and our memory is better than probably what it is.
Oh, my whiskey palate is perfect. I've refined it.
Sips on LaCroix.
I've drank a lot of Fireball in my day. My whiskey palate is
I know what
quite
cinnamon
refined.
tastes like, believe me.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's get that last one in our mouths and on our palates and our noses.
All right.
Maker's Mark.
What if this was the weeded sweet wheat? If you already forgot, the bottles are not representative of the blinds. They're just empty bottles that we
Wait,
had.
what?
That Jim Beam repeal batch is a lot better than I remember it being.
Yeah, yeah. What is that? Like $20? That's a good deal.
How much? Do you remember what the small batch was priced at? $28, he says. Yeah, this one's light on the nose. I'm just getting flashbacks to the Ardbeg episode and just where we're gonna be wrong no matter what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty certain too. Like we thought we had it, you know, because we and Dylan agreed on most of our choices, and oh boy,
Like
was
the
that
blind leading the blind.
This is the way. Enters the crocodile pit.
I could tell because it's warmer.
This is the nose. There's nothing on the nose. No, nothing noticeable.
weak.
It's the same.
And the mouth
Cool.
weak.
There's some spice, but
Is this a small batch? That is the question I am asking myself now.
That's the one I haven't said. So by default, I'm saying it is. But
This cannot be the sweet wheat. It is
No.
not. It's either the last one we had or number 2.
you thought Sweet Wheat was number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said we thought 1 was.
This could be the Bottle and Bond.
Yeah.
Because it is the second most highest alcohol content, but I do not remember the Bottle and Bond tasting like this. Right now, I'm thinking that this is the freshly opened small batch. I'm gonna add water to it.
All right.
I think that hot one kind of ruined my
Sure.
palate.
That's kind of the nice thing with the blinding, though, because it does. There might be a night when you choose to have something hot, and then you're like, I'm gonna cool down, try something different, and then those flavors will change on that lower proofed,
Yeah.
whatever you want to try. I mean, one of the most amazing things I think about whiskey for flavor profiles is how much the glass changes it.
It got really candied. Sweet.
Candied. Well, now I gotta try it.
I don't know. It's hot. Which there's only 2 things it could be: the small batch, fresh, or the Bottle and Bond because it has more ABV. ABV.
ABB, BB.
Hey, baby.
I think we're all pretty confident that we have the full proof already.
Yeah, kind of candy.
Yeah.
Usually when I get candy in bourbon, it's like cherry candy, but this isn't very cherry. It's just kind of like
It's like a
sugar.
It's like sucking on the Advil.
Just
like the sugar coating on the Advil.
Oh, I'm thinking liquid
Sucking on the
gels. I'm like,
Advil.
you suck on the pill.
Yeah, dude. Oh, the liquid gels. You take a toothpick, pop the end, and just.
I just imagine Nick throwing him into his mouth and just biting him down.
I crack them
like a
open.
bad
Bad
gusher.
Sprite. That's a night right there. You like 20 of them cracked into your Sprite.
Oh, no.
Baby.
What?
In your voltage, so you can't tell how much is.
Making some Advil lean.
This was the final one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this was the small batch.
Okay. So let's.
We want to recap, or you want to start going through?
I want to start. I want to give number one a recap.
Okay.
Because that was the first one.
Okay.
Well, let's. If you're not gonna get a recap, I want your results.
Okay. Oh God.
So
I do not remember.
I'll give you the rundown of the options. We have small batch. We have.
So, yeah, the first one tasted more sweet.
So there was a single barrel.
So maybe I'm
small
gonna go with
batch
that
sweet
being the sweet wheat.
Number one.
Yeah, number one.
Okay.
And then number two. It just kind of seemed like a slightly dulled down version of the first one.
Okay. So there's single barrel left, bottle and bond, foolproof,
in small batch.
small batch.
All right, I'm just gonna call number two small batch.
Okay, so you were at sweet wheat, small batch.
And then the third one was a real hot one, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so foolproof.
Yeah, foolproof.
Okay.
And then what do we got left? Bottled and bond and single barrel.
Yes.
I'm gonna go bottled and bond on the fourth one,
No, I'm not drinking.
and then single
Well,
barrel on
you
the
thought
fifth one.
you thought sweet heat was number two. So
Sweet wheat.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right, and then your last one you think is the
Single barrel.
single barrel. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you have time to wait for our guesses before we look at results?
Yes, I do.
All right.
okay.
Zach, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll just do as I thought they were as I was going. So 1 was single barrel, 2 was bottle and bond, 3 was foolproof, 4 was sweet wheat, 5 was small batch.
Okay.
That's my
I'm
list.
going to say 1 is bottle and bond. 2 is sweet wheat. 3 is foolproof. 4 is single barrel, and 5 is small batch.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That seems pretty.
I don't.
I mean,
they all
are
wouldn't oppose
pretty
to
good.
any
Yeah.
of our guesses.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just hoping that the first one isn't sweet wheat. That's my only hope. 'Cause I don't like this one. And that's the one that is supposed to be the
best.
quote unquote, the best
Subjectively
one.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, should we go find out?
Interesting.
Wait, he's got it right there.
Oh, he's got it already.
So, let's see. I think the person that got the least right would have been.
Ouch.
What did you guess, Zach?
I said the first one was a single barrel.
Uh-huh.
The second one was bottled and bond. Third was foolproof. 4 was sweet wheat. 5 was small batch.
You got 2.
Got 2.
Nick, you guessed. You guessed.
Sweet wheat. Small batch.
Yep.
Foolproof. Bottled and bond, and then single barrel.
You got 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
Which ones did we have in common?
I have no idea.
Well, everyone's got foolproof.
Right. Everyone's got foolproof.
Yeah, that
So,
one's
and
a
then
given.
what did I guessed?
You guessed
The
bottled and bond first.
okay.
Then you said it was
The sweet wheat.
the sweet wheat, then full proof, then single barrel, then small batch.
So I got 2 also.
You also got 2.
I think I got sweet wheat right.
I think
Right?
So the first one was sweet wheat?
I think
so.
that
These are the results.
Okay.
okay.
Number 1 was Bottled and Bond.
It was.
Dang it.
Dang it. That's the one I kind of like.
So that's the one
I thought I liked Bottled
That's one
and
I
Bond.
got.
Yeah, that's what you
Okay.
got.
Number 2 was Small Batch,
Okay.
which is the one I thought was really sweet.
Yep.
That was sweet wheat. 3, full proof.
Yep.
4, I thought was single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sweet wheat.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 5, single barrel.
Interesting.
I am an
So
expert.
number 2 is very strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 was good.
Yeah,
very
we liked
very
it,
nice.
but I didn't think it was gonna.
Yeah.
It to me, what was number 2?
The small batch. The
Small
one that
batch. And
Zach
first
brought.
one was Bottled and Bond.
Yep.
Okay. See, small batch for some reason to me just tasted like a slightly dulled down version of the Bottled and Bond.
Yeah, it did.
It did. It wasn't.
But I thought it was sweeter too.
I thought the first one was sweet.
Really.
But I think what happened is I went into
Zach,
it.
could you pour me some of the?
I think I had the hot
Four.
I had the hot one and I couldn't taste the sweetness of the sweet wheat.
Sure. I got. Oh, I got this one. Just dump it in the thing. Well, I'm.
That's pleasant.
Did we rate the single barrel higher than? We all kind of liked. We kind of liked the single barrel. I thought.
Number 5.
Yeah.
We all thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, which is weird because yeah.
The only one I didn't like. I don't know why I'm talking away. The only one I didn't like from previous times was the full proof. That's the one I said I don't like, and we all guessed that correctly. So now I've grown to like the full proof at full proof strength.
Right.
I commented that when it was watered down, I disliked it greatly,
I didn't like number 4.
which was the
Sweet wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously makes sense, but the I'm just surprised how sweet number 2 small batch was.
So I guess, and so then pricing. I don't remember. Small batch was $28. I bought that. But
Let me. Do you want to look up the pricing of Total Wine, and then I
yeah.
can keep up the list?
Sure. So I'll just get the first one, Bottled and Bond. Okay, they don't have on Total. There's no Bottled and Bond, so I'm just gonna Google that. Elsewhere, this is probably some sad silence for those listening. We're very sorry.
I'll look up.
But this is science.
We'll edit in some sweet
40
elevator
bucks,
music.
40 to 45 for the Bottled and Bond. And then we'll go to small batch, which is 28. Just bought that.
I'll look up full proof.
Okay, and then I'll get the next one, which was what was sweet wheat?
Number 4.
No, how much? Price.
I don't know yet, actually. So full proof is actually $45.
That's 45 too.
Yeah.
So I'd pick that over Bottled and Bond
Yes.
this time, which is a reverse
So should I look up sweet wheat or single barrel?
sweet wheat. I got single barrel.
I'm gonna have to look it up on Google. I think it was 47
Okay.
when I bought it, but
Yeah.
I want. What's your single barrel pricing?
$35. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more surprised that these are so close in price in general. I mean, your ranging is 28 to 47, and those are all very affordable.
Yeah, yeah, they're not super off. I think if you like sweet, go with small batch
Yeah,
for the price,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna find the sweet wheat.
yeah.
anyways.
I think a lot of bourbon people too, they like that sweetness, vanilla honey.
So the sweet wheat, just off of Google, MSRP is saying it is around 35.
Okay.
So
interesting. So, yeah, none of these will break the bank.
No.
But yeah, I guess if you got to put a price to value on it, small batch was the best.
Small batch, then I would say full proof.
Yeah.
Then single barrel, bottle and bond, and
sweet wheat. Only because sweet wheat was good too. It was just like hollow. It was just like not.
But I wouldn't necessarily say it's better than Makers, just regular Makers.
No.
You know, and it's not really available regularly. So, yeah.
That's the conclusion, guys. Small batch 1792 is pretty good. If you like bananas and sweetness, you cannot go wrong.
And cheapness.
And cheapness.
So, take us out, Zach.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for enjoying us. That's a weird way to put it. See you later.
Enjoy us later. Bye.